Okay, let's talk about InDesign. I'm going to get right to it. Let's do this quickly. So we'll do some basics of InDesign. The first thing you have to do really is open up InDesign. So type into your computer InDesign, or you might have to go Creative Cloud the first time. Adobe Creative Cloud's right there. You can click on it, open it up. Mine's up to date. You might have to install it for the first time, but just do those things. Install it, open it. If you can't get into it, talk to me. You should have an account for this. So this is a big program. This is what professionals use, so this takes a little while to open up. And there's not a lot of this obvious. It's not super easy like Canva or something. So we have to kind of learn some basic information. So let's try to make it a lot easier by not starting from scratch. We have a kind of template set up for you, and you can kind of play with the template and fill it out and do those kind of things. So we go to register. By the way, we save everything here in the newspaper drive, which is the yearbook drive, the ORIAD O drive here, okay? So make sure you put everything here. If a photo is not here, if the graphic is not in here, it may look like it's on it, but it's not. It's going to look like it's there, and it's not, and you go to print it, and it just shows it blank. So everything has to be saved here into the O drive under Register 2022. So we go to the most up-to-date paper here, right here, Generate Pictures. As you see, we've got a copy of each of you guys to click on and to open up and to play with and to find. Put it up, you're going to play around a little bit. And so this is a template of the whole paper, and what I'd like to do is pick one page that kind of fits what you wrote, or maybe what a student wrote in Journalism 1, and just play around with it and try to see what we can fit into here. So you see there's little boxes everywhere. You see all these lines. The lines can be a little overwhelming. You can actually click W, and that will get rid of everything. All of the little guides are gone. You can kind of see your page. So W is kind of helpful. The most important thing, however, is Control Z. Control Z undoes a mistake you did. Like, whoops, I accidentally cut that. Control Z, boom, it's back. Yay. Control Z, you'll use that a lot. So let's get to it. So first thing you have to do really is probably find what are you going to be using here. And so it'd be helpful if you had your staff folder, and everything in your staff folder would help everybody out quite a bit. So put everything in there. So I'm just opening up PEV staff folder. She's got the Jeopardy article right here. Opening that up. Luckily, it's not indented or anything like that. It's much easier if none of this stuff is indented. You don't have to go back and undo stuff. You want it pretty much like this, right? You just take it, you're going to copy it. Copy it, you can paste it right in there. That's the first thing you do. You see, I've already made a bunch of boxes here. These are all boxes that you can play with. Let's say we're going to do it in the front here. I have these different tools. I'm going to move this just a little bit so you can see all these different tools inside here. If I can expand this or not. I cannot. Alright, well, we'll make it do. There's tools here on the side. Here's your toolbar right here. The pointer, the clicker, is to point and click at things and to grab it. Right? You get it towards the edge, you can click it and put onto it. It does all kinds of funky things. Remember, Control Z if you do something you don't like. This is the box. I've already separated into 3 columns here, so it's already pretty much done for you. If you see, like, there's places you can grab and pull and change the shape and size of the boxes. Also, if you click on the bottom right-hand side, you see this little arrow. If you click on that little arrow, it's going to link it to the next box. So it's taking the text, click on it, links to the next box. I'm going to take the text, click on it, I can unlink it or I can link it to the next box. Okay? That's what that does. So let's say I want to do some text. I click the arrow to select the box, click the select the box, and you have to switch to the text. You can maybe double click in there and it works sometimes, but not always. I've already got it copied, so all I have to do is paste it in there. Bada boom, bada bing. Notice, you got it set up already. It's going to indent for you. You will have to get rid of all of those spaces like that. You see it's kind of an issue. Uh-oh. This article is way too short. Way too short for the column space we have. So we move it somewhere else. We can do other things. You can make the picture bigger. You can add a graphic. So there's other things you can do to kind of get creative with how you're going to make this fit. You can make your article longer. But this is all in here. It should be there ready to go to actually type in your title. Just click right and type, click type. That'd be pretty easy. But that's with the text. If you need to that should be all you need to do with the text for right now. If you need to place a photo, once again, you've got to put the photo in the drive. The photo has to be in, let me switch back here, the O drive, right? So I open up the O drive. Probably the fastest way to do it actually is go to wherever you have your photos. It'd be great if they were in your staff folders. That would be awesome and easy. Usually they're not. You might have to go to the actual register to pull those off, right? If I go to the register and log in, and go to media, they should be here. They should be here. You can open up the photos here. You can right click, you can save it somewhere. Really important that you also give these things names that connect to the story. It's going to get very confusing very quickly, especially for anyone who's trying to help you. So if you can say, you know, this is a basketball story, whatever you call it, just be consistent and call it the same thing so that the pictures are all together. That would make a huge, huge difference. Now it's going to save the desktop. I don't want to save it there. I'm going to go in the O drive, go to the register, go to my January pictures, and click save. And I have that picture in there. Alright. I'm going to go back to my InDesign, and let's place it. So get my pointer, make sure I have the pointer. So it's selected, it's highlighted. If I click in it towards the corner, it helps do it a little better. And then we're going to do something called File, Place. Go to File, scroll down to Place, and then you got to find the image. So you got to go back to pictures, January, basketball, and there you go. File, Place, the picture's there. Notice it's all wonky. It's not in the right place. It's not what you want to do. You actually want to right-click on it, click on Fitting. You're going to go to Content-Aware Fit. That's usually the best one. Content-Aware Fit. So it knows, the computer figures out what's in the picture, and it's going to adjust it. And see here, they didn't do a very good job at all of doing that. If you notice, I have the picture selected. This little brown bar appears, and I can click on it just to make sure I'm on it. I got the hand on it, right? And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to push my finger on the up arrow. The up arrow will actually move the photo up to where we want it. So I'm going to move it up, move it up, move it up, move it up, move it, like that, okay? That's going to give me a little more of the photo for me to look at in the right position. So I'm going to click somewhere else with the pointer, and I even click W so I can see what it's going to look like. That's not bad, it looks good, but I also have this issue with too much text down here, right? Too much space. I'm actually going to make this smaller. See if I can make this like this. And then I'll go like this, and I click down, and make it bigger. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm liking that. Uh-oh, there's a little plus arrow down here. I'm worried that means that there's probably extra text. So I really want to make sure that I don't have extra text. No, it was fun. That's the end. So that's good. That's looking pretty nice. Got a little space around it. W. There we go. We got a caption of our photos. That's what this box is right here. I turned it sideways. You can turn it any way you want. Sometimes it's easy just to have space. To play around is like you turn it right in the corner. You can actually turn it to equal. Alright, grab it. Oops, see, it's very easy to Control Z to grab the wrong thing, pull it down here. Make sure everything's lined up. Everything's lined up. I know it doesn't seem like, oh, who cares? You can definitely tell. You can definitely tell when there's little mistakes like that everywhere. It makes it look unprofessional and distracting here. And so once you got that, you can double click in there. If you're lucky, you can get in there. If not, you might click it. And you do, photo by. It's all messed up. So there's all kinds of little problems going to happen like that. That's cool. Just talk to me, and I'll try to help you out individually with it. But that is the basics for now. I want to make sure you at least can insert text, insert images. If you want to play around with the sizes of things, you certainly can do that to control this, right? If you need a box, always use this one. There's another one here. Just ignore it. Just use this one. If I want to make a box, I can make a box anywhere. Now that I have a box, go back to my pointer. I can move it where I want to move it. There you go. Notice just by the way that there's some area around here. This red part is called bleed. Right? You can't put it all the way to the edge of the photo because when things are printing, especially if they print, you have to cut paper and these kind of things. It's not going to work. We have this space in the middle because the paper folds, right? So you can't have things all the way to the edge either. So we have this space, this right here is kind of the main area we're putting things in. So there's all kinds of other things. There's just a ridiculous amount. You can look things up. You have the cheat sheet I provided for you. You find that. Oops, got the wrong thing open. We have an InDesign cheat sheet with the basics of InDesign, got instructions for how to do that. You've got a cheat sheet in here somewhere, kind of the most important, useful stuff we'll talk about. And then, of course, you can always just Google something, like how to add color and InDesign. Just Google anything. Everything's here. There's usually little videos to watch and you can play with to see how you want to do that. So explore, have a little fun with this. This is kind of a cool thing that's like next level graphics. I mean, once we all get on the same page and start doing this, it's going to look spectacular. It's going to be fantastic. We'll have all different creativity and variety in the paper here. So if you have any questions, go to the InDesign cheat sheet. Right here is the basics at the top. And ignore myself. And there's some information here to help you out, and we'll be here to help you out too. So good luck. Have fun.